Going now.
How everybody going today? Coming on random talk today. Just talking, man. Just two men talking about the year. We in Thanksgiving, man. Hope everybody have a good holiday this week. We're gonna try to record outside if time allows. Try to go downtown or some record. We thinking about Wednesday. Let us know in the comments what you think. But we thinking about that, man. But we hope everybody have a good Thanksgiving, man. We hope everybody, able to spend time with family because now in today's time everybody hustling bustling, you really don't have time
Yeah.
to play around and sit down with people like you used to, man, because everybody trying to make it, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yeah. Don't y'all fight nobody either, because
I know, right?
they had
I
to
think
bring.
I don't know. You kind of, man, the way things going now, money just money kind of, man, people don't need most people, man, now they just trying to survive, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need that much, but you need a little something.
And before we get into the topic, I don't know if it's funny, but it's actually kind of crazy when I saw this. My wife
Uh
was like, I can't believe
oh.
you looked at this. I'm gonna hit the Jerry
Uh
Seinfeld, but
oh.
police brutality is at I seen one of the most craziest things that they uh they beat up a guy that was deaf, man. The
Yeah.
craziest thing, like how do you man, you
Yeah.
got to be on something else, man. This dude deaf. He can't even hear nothing, man. They try to say he didn't comply. Well, if the dude deaf, he trying to tell you he deaf, man. Cause he did try to say he tried to point up, and then they beat the brakes off of him, man. Like, man, the dude can't even talk,
Mm.
man.
That just goes
The
to
dude was
show.
in the hospital, man, going off. You know, he wasn't talking, but he was going
Yeah.
off, man. He just going off.
Hey man,
It ain't funny.
no, it ain't funny,
But you making me laugh because your voice. You making me laugh. No, it ain't funny though, man. It
it
ain't
ain't
funny.
funny because I got a deaf cousin,
Why you
man.
laughing then?
No, because I got a deaf cousin. I
No, you
know.
laughing though. I know you hide behind the
I'm
screen.
not
No,
laughing
I'm
at
messing
that.
with you, man. I'm
I'm
messing
not
with you.
laughing at that. I got a deaf cousin, man, and I just hear like, man, when she used to be trying to explain stuff, like, cuz I don't know what the fuck you talking about, but she was like, "Duh,
Oh man.
like,
Oh,
what
that
is
stuff, man. And then the cop
that's
act like he hurt himself, like he broke his hand. Man, you broke your hand hitting on a deaf dude, man. They
yeah,
tased him and everything.
oh man, that's about
Yeah, they
21.
tased him.
That's about 21 million right there.
Hey, I tell you
Hey,
what, he may have been deaf and can't talk. When they hit him with that taser, he said, "Ooh."
man, see, no, that you laughing at it,
Who?
man.
Who? You laughing? What you want me to do? You laughing at me?
I'm not laughing at that, man.
What you laughing at then?
'Cause I know it sounds clear when they do. Oh, man. Hey,
Oh
man.
man. Hey, them votes will make you talk, man. Them votes will make you talk, man.
Nah, but for real though, I'm just so glad. I'm just so glad it's getting caught on camera even more
Yeah,
now. I
yeah.
just wish it just like soon as you hit the lights, it started recording type stuff. Like
Then
not
the dude lied on him.
man.
Yeah, man. Did he hit you? Yeah, man. He hit me, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Go over there and get him, man.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
find out this dude lying. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man.
They didn't cross check him or nothing just because he said he did it. You know what I'm saying?
That brutality is real. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
man. I said, man, y'all, if this what they catching on camera, you can only imagine what.
Oh yeah, 100%. That's why, man. If you can stay in the house, young bloods, man, just stay in the house, man. Lord have mercy.
Don't be a prisoner. You
Get your
can't. You
grocery
should be.
shopping. Go get your grocery shopping. You can't change unfairness. Let me bring this up.
Uh,
I mean, the little graphic, we talk about this all the time. I'm glad I left it in here. Is it light spectrum? Yes. You cannot stop unfairness. It's probably going to happen. I
yeah.
wish I could tell you that you could, but you can't. And the best way you could do is counter it, like playing chess almost, like counter, like,
Mhm.
hey, get your grocery shopping done. Get everything done in the daytime. Be in the house
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And that
but
wasn't even at night. That was during the day. He just some
yeah.
areas, man. You just gotta,
Mhm.
man. You gotta think about where you at. You know what I'm saying? Like, it used
Yeah.
to be the Kroger on Asher. I just say Kroger. They not there no more. The
Yeah.
Kroger on Asher. You don't want to be over there, man. Just you
Yeah.
know, if even if you live in that area, go to somewhere else. Go to Food Giant or something. You know what I'm saying? Go to the
Yeah.
Savior More or something. It's something about that corner of Kroger or that Kroger and that Asher, but they gone
Hey,
now.
it's
But
cursed in
it,
here. This is
man, you
cursed.
know what I'm
This
saying?
is
Cause Food
cursed.
Giant, Food Giant, I don't think they have problems like that at the Food Giant. I
Hold
don't think
on,
they
Full
do.
John. What?
You know, Food
What?
Giant took over that Kroger now. I don't really see them having a lot of
Oh
problems.
yeah, boy, I ain't went in there since. I ain't
Yeah,
went over there. Like I don't have to go over there.
I
Like
work over there, so
yeah, I probably
ride through there
passed
every now and then.
like probably in maybe like 10 years. I probably didn't pass by like maybe 6 times at the most.
Yeah,
At the most.
I know. For
But
me, I always try to. I understood the stereotypes. I understood that they be looking for certain things. I don't trip about it. I just learned to adapt to how the game is being played in order
mm,
to avoid
mm-hmm.
getting in a situation where it's out of my control and I
Yeah.
can't do nothing about it. I have to endure that, get home, and then do what I need to do. But man, when you in that situation, man, I mean, he did. He kind of. I hate they beat him up, but he actually didn't resist. I think he was just trying to tell him that he can't talk. I don't even know what you're saying
Yeah.
because I'm deaf, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I'm glad he didn't lose his life, man. Because that could have
That's
happened
that's a
off them being
cool
stupid.
that's a cool 21 million right there. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, and then
Man,
they'll
I ain't
probably
gotta
tell
step in
him,
the ring with Tyson, man. I ain't gotta step in the ring with Tyson for this.
boy.
Come
But then now you got to deal with a whole nother set of problems though. What do you if he got 21 million?
on. Mm-hmm.
What do you think he has to deal with after that? Getting
Yeah.
21 million. What do you think happens
Yeah,
next?
you gotta do what you gotta do what
He got to have
this
the financial
caregiver.
literacy to handle 21 million,
Oh, this
right?
caregiving, all that. That's just
Oh
take
yeah, his family come out of the woodwork. Oh man, I'll help you, man. I'll take care of you, man. Whatever you need, man.
like, no, 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 no,
Oh, it'd
no.
be like 5 heartbeats. Oh man, I like your showmanship. I like your style. I want to sign you right now.
Yeah. That's but I forgot where did that happen?
I
What
think
did
that
it
happened
happen?
today. I don't know. I just seen the clip
I
on
know it
the
happened.
thumbnail on YouTube. Yeah.
No, it wasn't a day. It was like maybe like two, no, about 3 weeks ago. But I don't think I uh got too deep into it to see where it happened at.
I don't know where it happened. I just know
Yeah.
I seen it. I would bring the video, but it'll slow down. It'll start messing with the stream, man. This Mac Mini just getting old, man. I'm gonna have to get a new one, man. Here eventually.
Mhm.
It lasted this long, but it's starting to age on me though. So,
Yeah, on
but
the cool.
yeah, man, it's tough, man, cause it's like, man, if you picking on a deaf dude, it's like, man, regular really
But
don't got a chance. You know what I'm saying? This dude deaf, man. You know what
everybody getting
I'm saying? Man, it's
yeah,
crazy, man.
yo, expose them. Everybody getting exposed.
Yeah.
No, the devil can't hide too long when his light being
And
shown.
see, here's the thing too, man. The devil is out there seeking. You have to know that he's
Mm-hmm.
going to mess with you.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have the mindset that when it happens,
Gotta
I'm
handle it.
going to I have to be mentally prepared for when the battle comes to endure the battle.
Yeah.
And some things you gotta let God fight your battle, you know. You just gotta
Yeah.
let God, because it's not worth the jail time.
Yes.
And now you really lose. Sometimes we think we have to retaliate, we have to,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then now you're not thinking it through, and now you in a holding cell, you in jail, waiting to see, and hoping you don't get no time, because now you're away from your family, and now the devil really can mess with you.
Yeah.
Cause I had to realize that I've listened to dudes in jail. It's nothing worse than you're not able to do anything. You're defenseless because
Yeah.
you're in
Yeah.
jail. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can't do nothing. Literally, you can't do nothing about it.
But
You
some
just
some yeah.
hmm.
Some people praise it though. They gonna praise it like, shoot, you know, not saying where you're gonna be is gonna be like peaches and cream, but
Mm-mm.
certain situation like Hey man, when you defend yourself and you
Yeah,
that
for sure.
that's understandable. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
sometimes you get in situations. That's why I tell kids you gotta be careful what situation you get in. But when you get in crazy situations, yeah, it's gonna be you or that other person, and you want to go home. But you gotta understand, even after that, you go home, you're going
Mm-hmm.
to jail. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? You survive, sure, yes, yes, but you're going to jail, and now you're gonna have to survive even more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the best thing to do is just not even put yourself in that situation. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah.
the best thing to do
Yeah.
because there's nothing worse. And anything can happen when that happens.
Yeah.
You know.
But when it happens, you just gotta know how to
Yeah.
control your emotions and but control your emotions and learn how to think. But some people
Yeah.
when they get to
So
happening,
I got a question, right? Now we talking about this
go.
about like those situations being in the hood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess it's like a two-sided coin
Mm-hmm.
thing, right? You're looking at it from two sides objectively. I'm not being subjective at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really want to talk about before we get into Thanksgiving stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I know I hear a lot of dudes say that when they did back then when they did what am I trying to say? The government was helping with the welfare.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you had a man in the house, you couldn't get welfare.
Right.
So the man had to leave.
Right.
So my question is, when you look at it from an objective standpoint, is could the man have handled that situation better? Or do you think just that circumstance in that time they really
Uh.
because some things I think, you know,
It.
you can leave the house when they do the inspection and then come back home.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to leave the house then go over Susie's house. You know what I'm saying? To
No.
stay over there, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but there's like you say, it's a two-sided coin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Like most men that did that, they was you was already just a side piece anyway. I don't want to say side piece, but like what do you expect if a man can't be a man at home and okay, the benefits is good, but we could benefit more together. But if you
But
don't
let me
want
see, but see, being objective in that time, I'm sure it was you had to really have your stuff together to get a job. It wasn't probably wasn't as easy for for the whole race thing. You know, Jim Crow, all
to,
that stuff going on, and the racial divide. Really hard to find. I don't know. I didn't live in that time. I'm wondering, was it really hard to find a job, or was it really just dudes out there that
uh,
just didn't want to work? You
it
just didn't
no,
know at that time. You know what I'm saying?
it I don't think it was hard to find jobs. It was just because most of the jobs that they was trying to blackball you on,
Hmm.
most of the black people did it. You know what I'm saying? That's why it
Yeah,
was more. It was more. I don't want to. It was more. I don't want to say entrepreneurs. It was more. Um, more people that didn't even have to worry about clocking in for a job.
yeah.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
think the facts though. When I try to just talk about the fact, because sometimes, and we wasn't there, but I'm saying sometimes, I, some of the stuff that our the men before us did,
Hmm.
I'm wondering, are we in some of the situations because
Yes.
of the situations, of how they reacted or how they, navigated things. But they don't talk about it for whatever reason because they don't want the accountability, I guess, because I guess, it probably sucked talking about it. But at the same time, a lot of brothers out there, because I know they say dudes that grew up without dads, they have different because they grew up with their mom. But
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
know, you and I both know a bunch of dudes who grew up with their dad. Sometimes
Yeah.
it's just as far off or way off than the dude that didn't have a dad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
You know.
like back then, it was back. I just go to like early 1900s, like before they snatched the fathers away from the
Hmm.
family. You know what I'm saying? Before they snatched them away, And even afterwards, like by 1950, I say by
Yeah.
1950, they realized that you couldn't just snatch them away no more. Like even though
Hmm.
it was segregated, and that's where I learned was like, okay, like,
I think too. When I see a bunch of reports and stuff, I've been researching that a
mm,
lot of men, before the welfare came out, a lot of men was taking their families to church at a
mm-hmm,
high rate, and
mm-hmm,
you saw a lot of black families be sick because they went to church as a unit. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And I think that the kind of the combination of welfare, man not in the house, and then dude probably stopped going to church. It just started a decline. As far as that male,
yeah,
mentorship and leadership in the house. You know what I'm saying? So.
yeah. But what I also saw, what I saw too was like our families that moved out west and
Oh yeah, for sure.
up to New York. They was like,
Yeah,
hey man, y'all supposed to come back and help us.
that's
You know
true.
what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
and that's the thing too, right? That word like with help, right?
mm-hmm,
We having enough resources to help without hurting. That's
yeah.
hard. People. I don't think some people realize how much money that you gotta have, like to help without hurting.
Oh
Because if
man.
you living off $10, I mean, I'm just back then, you living off $10 a week, and then somebody want to borrow five, that's gonna hurt. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
not.
Huh?
I don't think it hurt back then because everybody moved as a unit. You know what I'm saying? They
Yeah, but I'm
moved.
saying, but if you used to feeding your family with that $10 and you only got
Yeah,
$5 worth now, you got to really stretch that $5 out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
I,
back then too, they bartered a lot too. It wasn't about money back
yeah.
then; they
That's
bartered
that's
more.
it.
But now that's gone.
That's it. That's all
Yeah,
it was. Like as a grandchild, great grandchild of someone that moved to California. You got some that moved to Philadelphia and all that.
yeah,
Some moved up, and some like, you know what? I'm gonna go back down south, but I ain't going all the way down south because they still do that stuff. Like it's a different what you call it? Damn, what is it called, Mike? You know what? Where it's a different class of racism. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you making that much money, boy? How much you making? And they rage you. Their extortion. It was a different level type of extortion going on back then. Down south, they was just killing you. Like in Chicago, I got family in Chicago just as well as you do. Oh, you're glitching. But yeah, guys. I don't know what happened, Mike.
sorry guys. My computer is acting crazy right now. But we're gonna get it right though. That was on me. But as we was saying though, see if he'll come back in here. Really want to get into the what happened to the community, man. What happened over the years that put us in a different place where we are today. What happened? Was it the drugs? Was it the disparity? Was it a mixture of all of those? Race, division, disparity, um, lack of opportunity, lack of information. What changed in the community that put us in the situation that we're in now? My bad, bro. That was me, man. I don't know what happened to that black magic thing, but acting
Yeah.
crazy, so it's all good. But yeah, man, that's what we're talking about before we get into Thanksgiving. What changed in the community, man? That that's we was talking about. Like you said, people moved up, they didn't come back because they felt like better opportunity. Say
Yeah.
the racial part of it, like say
It,
segregation.
it
People
was
don't realize
tension.
that really wasn't that long ago. There's people
It
still
really
living
was.
that they can tell you about Jim Crow. The book don't tell
Mhm,
you everything. You know what I'm saying? It just don't. You know
mhm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To live Jim Crow, I can't even imagine to live through Jim Crow is pretty
Man.
crazy. But it's people that still live. Anybody over probably 60 years old, definitely over
Mhm.
65 that you see and what that's living can probably tell you about Jim Crow. You know what I'm saying? At
Yeah.
least the remnant of it. Not probably not the beginning, but at least toward the tail end, middle to tail end of it though.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
all a system, man. It's all a
yeah,
system. Like once once
yeah.
once people get a full understanding, like, hey, once you start thinking, the better off you gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But you can't leave everybody behind. But some people some people are meant to be left behind. It's,
I mean, some people
mm,
just man, like when you talking about like how do you deliver the message to people? It's like some people just don't want the message. They just want to be where they
yeah.
want to be, and it's just
Yeah.
all you can do is almost
Mhm.
pray for him. Be like, man, I wish he could figure it out. You know what I'm saying? This dude probably do some cool stuff, but
Yeah.
sometimes just how it go, bro. I mean, it's just tough, man, and it's tough when it's your family too. You be like, man,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be fam, man, but man,
No. No, and man, I got a cousin right now, man. It's so dope. But
yeah.
he told me himself, he's like, man, because I speak in riddles anyway.
Oh,
I'm
same here. That's why
yeah.
I'm surprised. That's why I guess I speak too much riddles for you. You be like, man, I don't know what you talking about, man.
Now,
Yeah,
now I know what you be saying. I was like, but man, no, sometimes you gotta be like, hey,
yeah.
man.
Nah, you want me to be like, what's that? With your file? That was it. I had to catch myself. I go out like
Hell.
a mother.
And I toned it down all the way, so just out of
Yeah,
respect.
man, I appreciate it too, man. 100%.
Mm.
No, I appreciate that. But yeah, what you about your cousin though? I mean, take out beat. I mean, take you off topic.
Which
You was saying your cousin?
God, no man. Well, oh no, no, which one?
No, we just talking about like how some people just they don't want it. Like you can give them the information, they just don't want
Ah,
it. They like stuck.
no,
Like
no.
that's where
Yeah,
they
yeah,
want to
yeah,
be.
yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying?
like when I had moved to Texas and stuff,
Yeah,
like to me, I get a rundown. Like I had filled out an application on I had went to visit my mom and I filled out the application that Sunday night because I was just bored. I was like, man, I really don't want to come back to Little Rock.
yeah,
And filled out the application that Sunday night. I was gonna come back Monday, but that Monday a job called me.
yeah,
But to cut a long story short, I moved on faith, and my mom and my aunt they was already down there, but I just moved on faith,
Yeah.
and and I was talking to him about how life really goes once I had got established and moved or whatever.
Yeah.
I said, and I told him, I said, man, you might not understand it right now, but you will when you get older. And I think he was probably like maybe 20 then,
Yeah.
19 or maybe 19, 20. And he told me few months back, he was like, cuz everything you told me, everything you told me, had I just listened. So man, it ain't too late to change.
Yeah.
You ain't even hit 30 yet, but well, you
Yeah.
probably hit 30, but I'm just saying, like,
What's some of the information you think that was missing
mm,
that now that you know now, but you didn't know then that you wish you would have known, like some of the
I
information.
I wouldn't have spoken riddles. I
I
wouldn't have.
think speaking in riddles actually
I
is
wouldn't
a
have.
better way because sometimes people can't take the 100%
mm,
truth. It's just
I
that's
wouldn't
why
have.
Jesus spoke in parables because some people just couldn't
Yeah.
handle of what he
I,
was saying was the truth. When he said the truth, people walked away. You remember that?
yeah.
When he
Yeah.
said, to get in, you have to drink of my blood and eat of my flesh. Oh, no, this is a hard saying. I don't know about that. And they said the multitude turned away. There's only 12
Yeah.
left.
I, yeah. I wouldn't have did
Yeah,
it like that. I was like, but now it's like he's one of those ones that be like, hey man,
yeah. I know for me, right? I
yeah,
think, like say, not having a dad, I think the information, like the order of how to do things, right?
yeah.
Sometimes you try to say, well, I could do it this way, but if
Mm-hmm.
you don't get that spiritual education done
Mm-hmm.
first, it's
Mm-hmm.
like walking around in the woods without a compass. You don't even know what
Man,
direction to go in. You hope you're going in the right direction. You realize you're not. Now you got to come back to the middle again. Do I go north? Do I go south?
mm,
Do I go east? I don't know. I'm just gonna walk. Now you're just walking without direction. That's
mm.
kind of what it is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Um, and then, like I said, I would have understood the different paths to go down. Like that's where I think we lack it too. Like so
mm,
many different career fields that kids don't know about. Like in the inner city, you just don't. You only mostly know about like say nursing or something in the medical, like hospital.
yeah.
You know
Start
what I'm
with
saying?
start with the beginning. Basketball, football, track. That's the beginning. That's what
Not for me.
everybody.
It wasn't for me. I just I
Yeah,
understand that too. Yeah,
yeah.
sports.
But
Yeah.
that what I'm saying. That's the second. What you're talking about is the second part.
Hmm.
But everybody else is like, you either gonna play basketball, football, or run track. That's what we was bred off of.
Yeah. So and
But
man, it's so much other stuff, man. Like kids, like I say, we stayed in one was at my grandma's house a lot, sweet home. I mean, we just played outside with other cousins and stuff. That's what we did,
hmm
you know. Telephone pole, basketball goal, all this stuff. But I think when my dad died, I just lost interest in sports. It just wasn't the same, you know what I'm saying? You
yeah,
don't have that kind of
yeah,
I guess male kind of thing around you to kind of keep you into it. Like my mom
mm,
just worked a lot, just didn't have. So you know, like that's Sega Genesis, baby. That was my thing. Street
yeah.
Fighters and stuff. Yeah, I
Hey.
was watching some tournaments the other day, man. I was like, man, if I get a building, I'm probably gonna do that too, man.
hmm
Do Street Fighter tournaments and stuff, man, for kids and stuff.
uh,
But yeah, that was my thing, man. But learning about yourself and that spiritual education, man, I think is very
yeah,
important. A lot of times you sleep on it, or because you're in the hood, it's looked down upon. Like, oh man, you going to church, man, you're weak, you whack,
no,
all this stuff.
no,
We
sir.
don't realize, boy,
No, sir.
man, it's the
Everybody went to
best.
church.
It's the best education you can have, man. Before
Yeah,
you even start your life, you need to learn about that. So
yeah,
when you start living life, you can say, okay, I, okay, I get it now. I don't need to do that. Okay, I know why I don't need to do that. Cause a lot of times you hear people talking on social media, it's like they definitely don't get it, man.
yeah.
I pray
But
for them, man. They
and,
just don't get it.
but you have to understand also, Mike, that everybody wasn't brought up like everybody wasn't brought up Christian. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, that's the thing. What I'm telling you, that's why I wish I knew that. That's what I'm saying. I wasn't. My mom could only come to church when she had a chance because she
Yeah,
always worked. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it wasn't like I was devout Christian. I'm just saying, I'm telling you from a person who didn't go to church, and
Mm-hmm.
some of the stuff I got into is because I was not spirit. And as an individual, at some point when you become a teenager, you have to
Yeah,
take that individual responsibility to
yeah,
learn for yourself. But a
yeah,
lot of them don't. They just like, I want to go live life. I just want to go do this
yeah.
and that.
Right.
And then you find out the hard way. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? And some people don't get that. Some people find out by having a kid, and
Mhm.
now you got a more of an uphill climb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, now you see what your
Uh,
parents are talking
yeah, you know what I'm
about.
saying? You can't, ain't no reverse. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Yeah,
go through that now. You know what I'm
she
saying?
got to. She got
Yeah.
to. You
You know,
got
child
to.
support come your way. Guess what? You should have thought about that, man.
Yeah,
Ain't
but it's
ain't no
just
time for complaining now. You got to handle that now. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
but yeah,
I
some
was,
people don't get those redos. They bump their head. That lump
yeah.
is gonna be there for a while. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
And that's all I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to tell the kids. You really have to think about what you're doing, cause sometimes you ain't no do over, ain't no redos. You know what I'm saying?
hmm hmm. And if you get that chance, you better make the best of
It's just like dudes, you get a
it.
felon, you get a felony. Man,
Boy,
it's hard to overcome a felony, man. It's hard, man.
and don't let it be
Boy.
aggravated or something like that.
Ooh wee. Mm.
Like 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 yeah, I can get people a job where I work at.
Yeah.
And no, I do not work with Thomas Strong, but I'm just saying. but 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 I would also say like I know I know people that's in positions that could get people with felonies jobs and stuff like that.
hmm
But I had to see it for myself because my name means something to me. It might not
Right.
mean nothing to you, but
And
it means something to me.
and that's another thing, right? Kids
hmm
gotta understand, like the young bulls gotta understand. If somebody put their name on the line for you, you
hmm
have to realize that if they put you on, what that means.
hmm
It ain't just you just work there till you don't feel like it no more, then you quit. You
hmm
don't realize you poo pooing the person's name who put you
Yeah,
on. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I,
Yeah, and that's the thing too. You gotta think about.
man, I had a partner. Man, I put him on to my job.
Yeah,
He was making way more money than me. Well,
yeah.
like way more. But I chose to go to work, right? I
Mm-hmm.
put him on to the job.
Yeah.
Man, bruh, thank me to this day. He was like, Peel, man, I'ma tell you. I'ma tell you. Appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. And
Yeah.
that's all that matters. I was like, man, because that's what I did it for. I was like, man,
For
yeah, I
sure.
could have I could have went down that wrong path just like everybody else.
But yeah, I was watching the video too when we talking about this.
hmm
They was talking about once again, I'm not picking nobody's side on politics before I even get into this. I want people to understand that.
Yeah, I'm
But
picking the
they
side. I'm picking the
but
side.
they were saying that Trump's cabinet
hmm
is mostly white. Why he didn't pick any black people, no diversity, right?
hmm
So a dude brought up a point. I don't know
hmm
if this dude real or not, if he being a character, but Officer Tatum, I think that he be on YouTube. He like
Man.
one of them MAGA black dudes, you know what I'm saying? Where my
Yeah.
sound at? I'm gonna put this on.
Yeah.
He a MAGA maniac. He want he want he one of them kind of dudes, but he said he made a point though that you can't deny. He said a lot of people are saying why is there no diversity on his cabinet? But he was saying there are not a lot of black people that are qualified on the Republican side. He said, "Do you know how many people that's in the how many black politicians that on the Republican side?" He said five. You can count them on one hand. Five. He said none of them are attorneys, so you can't be an attorney general if you never been an attorney or worked in the court of law. And he said a lot of them just don't have the they don't have the experience. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same way, like we deal with in our inner city. A lot of our young brothers, they don't get to the point to get qualified to do the higher end stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They just, go work at Walmart. You know what I'm saying? They just kind of hang out there. Hang tough. But man, and I always try and tell, bro, even when I worked at Walmart, man, it's better out there, man. Don't get stuck working at Walmart, bro. Don't do it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And all you can do is just plant the seed and hope it grow. You know what I'm saying? You can't, what I'm saying, make
Man,
somebody.
that's
And that, go ahead.
that. No, that was. I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah,
You just plant the seed and hoping it grows. You know,
yeah.
you don't have to be a rose. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-mm.
No, uh, you don't have to grow from the concrete to be a
Mm-hmm.
rose. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
So, and just
like,
know you're looking at two dudes who grew through the concrete, though. You can grow through the
man,
concrete. You know
yes,
what
you
I'm
can, but I'm just
saying?
giving you a chance to be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
hey, man,
You know what I'm saying?
you really ain't got to go through the concrete.
You don't.
You
I mean,
don't.
in the Bible it say a farmer threw seeds out. Some fell on stony ground, some fell on fertile ground, some got sucked up by the thorns and stuff, and some
Yeah.
got ate by the fowls in the air. You just whichever one you want to be. You know what I'm saying? If I
Man,
plant a seed in you, are you gonna be fertile ground or are you gonna be stony ground? You can't be tilled. You gotta till it.
yeah,
You gotta till it.
hey,
You know what I'm saying? But
thinking this,
yeah.
hey,
I
man,
used to be stony ground when I was younger, man. I used to be hard, and I think life can make you hard or desensitized, man. And
mm,
that's one thing God showed me about myself. I'm just not. I'm already not an emotional person as it is.
yeah,
But then imagine, not having the empathy or not
mm,
not really caring enough to have empathy. It's like, hey, if
yeah.
you come
You,
on this football
that's
field,
what you
you're
made.
gonna get dominated.
You
Period. You
made
know what
your
I'm saying?
choice. You made
Yeah,
your choice. You know?
exactly, exactly. Especially you older than me too. Oh man, you made your choice. I'm finna go down. I'm finna go down. It's going down. Touchdown. Instantly.
And
So, but that's one thing I try to tell kids, man. Don't get stuck here, man. And elevate yourself. You know what I'm saying?
it's some people that was like, man, like people need to be on this type of platform, like, cause everything ain't gotta be just turned up all the time. You
Oh
know what
yeah.
I'm
And I'm
saying?
pretty sure if we did that, we'd probably go viral, but because we ain't. Because I
Yeah,
know
yeah, I know.
these young boys now, man.
That's what they be on.
Hygiene, right? I know I'm hearing this a lot. In schools on these YouTube videos on Facebook, they talking about hygiene and stuff.
Yeah.
What they don't realize is a lot of these young bulls, they're not at home enough to even take care of
What?
their hygiene.
What?
And you might wake up if you got to be at school at 8:30. These dudes probably waking up at 7:45. If
Mm,
you wake up at 7:45, now you got to catch the bus. That means you getting up, throwing the clothes on, throwing your shoes on, and you getting out the house. Even if you
mm,
had time to brush your teeth, probably didn't even have time to do that.
mm,
And then when they come home, they probably come home, if they even come home, and they going straight to the block or they hanging out.
mm,
So do that 2 or 3 times a week. That means you probably didn't take a bath or take a shower because you're not even time managing right. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
No, hygiene is a time management thing. You know what I'm
Man, you
saying?
got to. You got to know, and you
Because I
got.
didn't do it that good when I was younger. I could have did better. I should have did better. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't because I was moving around too much. Wasn't being still long enough. You know what I'm saying? So I
Like,
definitely get it.
I would like my mother didn't, she was gonna go to the military, but she didn't.
Yeah,
But her daddy, my great granddaddy and all them, they went to the military, so it was just always just like you do things like it's
it's
a
militant.
yeah, it's always repetitive. Like, hey,
Right.
do this, you do this, do
And that's life too, though. To be honest, that's life, man.
that.
Repetitive.
Man,
Yeah, it's a lot of repetitive things, right?
you know how long it took me to adjust to not making up a bed in the morning time?
Yeah.
Man, I
So
was
you
like,
did you
man.
stop doing it? You said you stopped doing it?
Yes, I stopped doing it, but it was like, man, but it still irks me. You know what I mean?
I thought you wanted to do it. I thought you said you liked doing it.
No,
It was repetitive.
no, 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 no. I would rather. Oh, I would rather have a blanket. You know what I'm saying? I can fold that junk up and tuck my little pillows, cause man, and like I say, I was a CNA, so when I make my bed up, I fold my end covers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I fold the end of it, like where it won't move. You
Did, it-
have to
did-
really tug it.
hey, did your patients ever tell you this?
Want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
You ever had them kind of patient?
No, man. Could you
hey,
imagine
hey,
me?
Bill, you want to hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Man, could you imagine the high school me? Could you
I
imagine
know.
like the high
I
school?
get it.
Oh,
I
that was
couldn't
great.
do it, man. I could not be a nerd because number one, my humor is too dark.
Man.
I laugh at just I can make a joke out of anything, whether it's probably appropriate or not.
Yeah.
And just seeing some of the when I worked in the hospital, just being a courier, a lab
Mm,
courier, just see some of the most crazy stuff.
mm,
It's like, man, what do you get out of somebody's body that's neon green? That's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, take this to the lab. Man, it's glow in the dark. This neon green. What in the world is that?
man, hey, listen. I went through it. I went through it. Oh, Mike, I'm
I
trying to
bet
tell
you
you.
did. I
Shit.
bet you
Hell,
did. I
hey,
know you did. Being a nurse, that ain't no
being a
easy
nurse
job.
and you were in it. No, I had to sit in it, motherfucker. You know what? I'm sorry,
Yeah.
sorry,
Oh,
brother.
you good.
Hey, my man. Hey, sit in it, Chuck. Hey, man, he
And
crazy,
then,
no? He crazy.
and then, I think people had this misconception just because you grew up in a house full of women that it make
Dude,
you
yeah,
weak.
you go,
That's not.
boy.
Yeah, that's not true, man.
Shit.
Not true at all. I know some women, boy, they will knock a Negro out
Mm,
quick as a dude will. You know what I'm saying? I think it's
motherfucker.
just all about perspective, man. Like I said, my mom, she really didn't baby us. I know she didn't baby me. Definitely didn't baby me. And she's always tell me stuff like, you got to be a leader. You got to be your own man.
Mm-hmm.
Stop following people, man. You got to figure it
Mm-hmm.
out. And then she just let me figure myself out when I got old
Mm-hmm.
enough to kind of, move around on my own, got my own car and stuff.
Yes,
I think
sir.
she just started seeing stuff in me like, yeah, he probably gonna be straight.
Yes.
But cause I always been independent, I never wanted her. I never wanted her to feel like, she got to worry about me when she go to bed at night. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
but but yeah, man. Just because you raised by women, that doesn't mean. Cause I know we was talking about Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah.
It was so many women around when I was younger that they didn't even allow us to, cook. A lot of women don't realize that when you grew up in that kind of household when it's mostly women, when they start cooking, they tell the men to go in there and
Mm-hmm.
watch the football
Yeah,
game or
yeah, yeah,
whatever.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
then when you get married, they'll wonder why you don't help them. It's like I wasn't trained that way. I grew up around most women and they did a lot of those things. And the men worked on the cars, they worked on the house, they did those things, and that's where I'm more wired, to
Yeah.
do all those kind of things, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
And like to add to it, like I learned how to fend for yourself.
yeah.
Like you don't teach that just on Thanksgiving. That's
Mm-mm.
that's something already been done. Now you gonna
100.
shell them peas and you gonna learn how to wash these greens. Like,
Mm-hmm.
cause I ain't gonna be here forever, so you gonna have to learn this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I was brought up. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but one of them things I do hate that I didn't get a chance to experience like that was working on them cars like that.
Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I kind of experience, stuff like that. The miscellaneous stuff, working on cars, drywalling houses, fixing hot
Yeah,
water
stop.
heaters, just the most randomest stuff, man. And I still do that kind of stuff to this day. Working on a lawnmower or something I ain't never
Yeah.
did before, but I'm gonna figure it out because I don't want to pay
Okay.
nobody. Or I don't trust nobody. That's the hard part.
Yeah.
Finding somebody that trusts to work on your stuff, that they gonna fix it, but it's not gonna be nothing else crazy that happen. You know what I'm saying? That's the
Hmm.
hard part. Find somebody. Because if I fix it, I'm fixing just the problem. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna fix it and break something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what that's what I told my ass. Like, man, I had one uncle up here in
Hmm.
Little Rock. One. Yeah, he was around nothing but women. And he showed me the whole game. I was like, man, listen, when I say he showed me the whole game, I'm talking about from beginning to end. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah. And but people don't understand, like, yeah, it's some lessons that we miss. And
Right.
I wish I would have got a chance to experience some of the stuff that the others did, and they wasn't even trying to listen to it. I was like, man, I would have been sitting up like soaking it up like a sponge, man.
I mean, like I say, a good leader is rare anyway. Number one, a good man that's a leader anyway. And a lot of times, uh, like okay, now we talking about think. How many dudes do you know that they had two parent home, but they dad was like, uh, what am I trying to say? Make sure I say this right. They dad was like Iron Fist, and everybody. I mean, he almost terrorized everybody that was up under him. You know what I'm saying? They never really lived a normal. It was like a dictatorship, but
Oh,
it was almost like it was acceptable because that's the only thing they had to grow up in. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
And they never was accountable for it. They like it's some dudes out here right now that they tear. I don't want to say terror. Let me use another word.
yeah, yeah. I was
They were
saying,
so hard to their families that they contributed to some of the things that their kids are doing. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty sure living in the South Side, you knew some people that the only communication they had with their parents, kind of like Five Heartbeats. You remember that?
yeah, yeah.
You ain't gonna be S because I ain't S. Huh?
Oh,
You remember that? I'm saying it's parents
yeah.
out there that talk to their kids like that. And then you wonder why your kids out here murking dudes can do it with no problem because you condition him to be like that because you just keep dealing with them over and over like that. You know what I'm saying?
I, c-
And,
I could say, I could say
I
it
seen it.
was,
I know I seen it before. So
I could say it is, but it wasn't as drastic as you're making it out to be. It's like, um,
that's the thing. It's not drastic because a lot of times people don't talk about it. It's
it,
like now you hear more people talking about it now. But I'm saying, man, I'm not saying like everybody. I'm saying,
it's normal.
yeah,
What we
like
think is what we think is
abusive, like
normal. Is
the
ain't normal.
abusive, like coming home from work and
Uh,
just going tilt. You know what I'm saying?
nah,
Because of some stuff that probably happened at work, the racial stuff. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And he never
But,
dealt with those. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. There are a lot of men who have
mhm.
inner issues and they don't deal with it,
Yeah, yeah,
and everybody else around them suffers because they never dealt with those inner things and those demons that they dealing with. Does that make sense?
yeah. It makes sense.
Because
It
you
does.
still
It
got
does.
those demons in you that you dealing with from whatever happened in the past. I don't know. Because who knows, growing up in Jim Crow and all this stuff, who know? But you never deal with them. And you
Uh,
start a family, but because you didn't deal with them, now everybody else finna go through hell because you're going through hell inside. You know what I'm saying?
no,
So,
but yeah, then I get that part. Like,
yeah.
yeah, some people might be going through it, and some gonna continue going through it.
But what I'm saying is they don't take the responsibility to say, be accountable and say, I contributed to some of like I know people that are doing time in jail. I'm not blaming their parents, but their parents could have contributed to some of the
Yeah,
disconnect that's up here. That's all I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
and
Like you
that's not
can't be able
talked
to.
about enough because you're
Yeah,
supposed to honor your mother and father. But I'm saying sometimes you have to be accountable and say, did I act honorable though? You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you hit the nail on the head when we talk about snitching, no snitching.
Yeah,
Is it
yeah,
honorable?
yeah,
Is it honorable? Is whatever
yeah.
you doing like that's the biggest thing. Like
Mm-hmm.
when you do stuff, is it honorable?
Boy, and
Like
that's so subjective. Like,
yeah,
some people can say that me, the way that I was honorable, even though I destroyed my family. You know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
still
But
honorable. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's crazy. I'm
did,
just telling. Some people, their ego a monster, man. You know what
did
I'm saying?
hey, did you watch the Shine documentary?
The who? No, I didn't
Shine.
watch it, man. I hadn't even watched it yet.
That's yeah, that's honorable. You know what I'm saying? Like man, hey, once you have to watch it, man. But
Yeah.
yeah, it like
Like, have you seen Fences? Was it Denzel Washington?
yeah, yeah.
You know how many dudes like that? That
Mhm.
he nailed that on the head. I'm not saying every
Yeah,
dad like that, but there are some dads out there like that.
yeah,
Sprinkled out through America in the hood, like what I'm
yeah.
saying. And man, it messed that little dude up, man. You know what I'm
Nah, but
saying?
what? But it would it messed him up. But it also, if uh if my grandpa talked to me crazy, all day, every day, and I know what he's saying is right. You might not like it. My granddad talked to me like that to this day, and me and my little cousin. I'm talking about my little cousin. I had changed his diapers and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Man, we sitting over there. I just needed a backpack blower. That's it. I had to go through it again. Cause everything he telling me, it everything he's saying to me, I might not like it, but it's right.
But what I'm saying, as a
Mm,
kid though,
mm.
kids can't process.
Yes,
Oh, he's talking to me like this because he's
yes,
dealing with his internal demons and he don't know how to articulate what he really trying to say. A kid can't do that, bro.
yes.
So what I'm saying is you can create a monster by talking to them. I'm talking about talking to him like you'll talk to a grown man. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I get it. Also, but
Yeah, I get the
also,
part where you saying it right. I get that part because I
no.
grew up in that masculine society. I get it, and I wouldn't change it
Yeah,
for the world. But I'm saying some
yeah.
kids though just didn't have the mindset to endure that,
Mm.
and because they didn't, it's a risk. You take a risk every
You
time
have
you do
to.
something,
You
but
have
that's
to.
the thing. You don't take, but you gotta take the accountability for whatever the
Yeah.
results are. And there are some
Do
dudes who
you
created
want to be
monsters out
soft?
here, huh?
Do you want to be soft, or you want to stand in his masculinity?
Yeah, but don't create a monster though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're gonna be a monster.
No, no, no. I'm saying like you can desensitize the dude where it's like, man, I don't know, like,
You're gonna
uh,
be.
no, I'm saying some stuff you just shouldn't, you don't have to do if you're trying to be honorable, like beating your kids half to death just
Oh
because
yeah,
you're
that's
drunk.
different.
I'm saying stuff
That's
like that.
different.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, oh yeah. You talking
Yeah,
extreme.
beating up your wife, man.
You
Beating up
talking
your
to the
wife just
extreme.
because you had a bad day at work and you can't talk crazy to your boss, so you take it out on. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. Stuff like that. I mean, that's
yeah.
not
That's
talked
going
about
to the
enough,
yeah.
huh?
That's going to the extreme. Like don't.
But that happens, man. That's been
Yeah,
happening over the
it
years.
does, and then and women gotta take accountability. Like, hey, yeah, your mama, she say this and say that, but it's somebody's gonna be like super aggressive towards you and stuff like that. Like mine, listen, I ain't finna do all this. I ain't finna hit you. I ain't finna.
But what I'm saying, we didn't grow up in that time. I'm just saying, it's a lot of
I
dudes that's dealing with internal
yeah
issues, man. I
yeah
don't know. It's like they like a switch flip or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah
Like Vietnam veterans. You know what I'm saying? Who knows what them
yeah
dudes saw over there? You know what
yeah
I'm saying? And then like say growing up in Jim Crow, racial stuff. You
man
know what I'm saying? Getting beat up in the back alley by 5 white dudes. You know what I'm saying?
man
Talking about real stuff that happened to people,
yeah,
and they never
no
really got it resolved. Internally. And it just ain't talked about enough. I'm not saying it like it's a bad. I'm just saying real stuff that's happening to real people that ain't talked
yeah
about enough. You know what I'm saying? That's
yeah.
what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Well, hey,
It's
real stuff be happening emotionally and physically. You know what
and
I'm
that's what I'm saying. But it's dudes out here, man, that doing that and creating monsters, and then they'll be the same dudes that say, "Well, I don't know what happened to him."
saying? Yeah, the
You know what I'm
past,
saying?
they are past monsters. You know what I'm
But I'm saying, but they'll say, I don't know what happened to him. He just did that. No, he just didn't do that.
saying?
You had some kind of contribution to that. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people don't want to take that accountability. Like, man, I'm not for to cuss my son out, man. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you can just be in a store and you'll see somebody cuss a kid out. Get your, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Get your
yeah.
rabbit ass over here.
As
You
you
know what I'm saying?
should, as you should. You know.
Hey man, you
But,
gotta be careful, man.
nah,
Sometimes I ain't saying sometimes the kids get on your nerve. I get it, but man, it's just sometimes the method can create the monster. You gotta be careful about how you do it. You gotta be honorable. You want to be treated with honor, you gotta do honorable things. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm
yeah,
saying.
ain't no soft parenting. Yeah,
Huh?
man, ain't no soft parenting.
Think about Eddie Kane. That man, the way his dad was treating him. Do you think that contributed to how what Eddie Kane? on Five Heartbeats. I just use a movie, so people would think you talking about him. I'm saying, do you think that that contributed to Eddie Kane? Why he kind of turned out the way he did was because of the relationship with his dad?
No, Eddie Kane was gonna be Eddie Kane regardless. It was
Man, well,
it
his dad
listen,
said that to him, man. Dude, that
man,
will mess a kid up. If you keep saying that
man.
kind of stuff over and over, that will, man, listen. I don't know. I'm saying I've seen it with my own two eyes. Some parents talk crazy. Like before we go to school or something, I go my homeboy house and mom and them talk. I can't stand you or your sorry a day. Just stupid. I'm like, man, that's crazy. And then you kind of see how your homeboy turn out. You're like, man, it's crazy because the situation he grew up in. Some people grew up in a family full of drama. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
just drama, drama, drama. You know what I'm saying? How
And
do you expect the kids gonna turn out if all they see is drama? All they see is their aunts and
hey, I
uncles
agree.
fighting.
I
You know what
agree.
I'm saying? Yeah,
I
you know what I'm
agree.
saying?
I would I will agree on that. I will
And,
agree on that. And I also say what's what's your destiny is what you thinking about right now, baby. You thinking about right now. So what you going through right now is gonna help somebody 15, 20 years later. You don't get down about it.
and that's what we're trying to tell them. Right. You don't get down about it. And this think about your future. Don't worry about the past. That's the hard part sometimes because people want to know about the past, but it's like, man, you go too far in the past, you might not can't handle what you'll see. Like some people don't know. I mean, how far your family history? Do you know your family history? How far they go back?
What
Cause I
side?
know mine. I don't know, man. Sometimes it's just different sides of the family don't go back that far. I only know so far, and that's it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like I
yeah.
don't know who my great grandpas are. You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
mine go bag, you
Yeah,
know.
see, mine don't go. It might go back, but I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, I probably don't need to know. I just worry about where I am right now.
Yeah.
But some people big on family history, but even people don't realize they be talking about what's the big deal about, ancestry. Man, do you realize that rape is a part of most of our, what I'm saying, ancestry, you know what I'm saying? That's
You,
why people
hey,
don't want to go back. You don't want to trace back that far. You're gonna find out
yeah,
the slave master, that's a part of your family tree. You know what I'm saying? You
yeah,
want to know that. You
yeah,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Like
Gray ain't no African name, man. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying. So,
I know.
then you go back and you start finding out stuff about your family. Like, man, nigga, I
Mhm.
know dudes. You see dudes like, oh, that's why they like that. You know, mom was red light district. Grandma red light district.
Yeah,
Great grandma. You know what you expect. You know, it's crazy.
boy. I
Grandpa
know
sold dope. Daddy sold dope. Grandpa sold dope. Great grandpa was a
everything.
bootlegger. Just ran in the family, man. Just now it's your turn. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, and that's what you you see what you said.
That
You
don't
see
mean
what
you
you
have to do it, but
said.
yeah, that's why it's nice. You gotta realize, like, look,
You thinking you wonder like where the hell this come from?
yeah,
Man,
that's why spiritual education is important. You can
man,
overcome that
yeah.
with that spiritual education.
It's still gonna come back, Mike.
You can still fight it with the help of the
Yeah,
Lord.
you
You
can fight
can.
it. You
Through
can fight it,
God,
but it's
all
still
things are
gonna
possible.
you
Through
can fight
God,
it. You can fight it, or you just gonna face that stuff head on. You know what I'm saying?
when you face it on with the Lord, you can overcome it.
Yeah. You want to prolong it, or you just want to?
I'm
Hey man,
telling
let
you
me.
from experience, Pierre. If you face it head
Yeah.
on with the Lord, you can overcome anything.
Yeah. And I'm also telling you, facing it head on with the Lord.
Yeah.
Some things you can't escape. Some
I'm not
things
saying
you
you can't
can.
escape. I'm just saying you can get through it and endure it, though. You don't have to do
Yeah.
it, though. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I ain't that. Hey, I'm not encouraging none of this stuff. I'm
I know
just
you're not,
saying.
but I'm telling you that's how much I believe. I'm just telling you how much I believe in God. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, hey, apple don't fall. The apple rolls from it rolls a little bit downhill.
But God has the power to change your DNA spiritually that you can overcome that, though.
Your DNA is you. It's always gonna
Right.
be you.
But he can put that spiritual piece in there that can change it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Just
Yeah.
depending on how much you believe the faith, man. How strong your faith is, though.
You know what that
That's all.
means? That's that we call it spellbound. That's
But
spell.
God can break yokes though. That's what we
That's
call it.
I call it spellbound. You know
God
what I
can break yokes though.
mean? Hey,
He can.
once you spellbound, somebody put that spellbound on you,
I don't
it'll
even
hide
believe in it. I don't even
it.
believe in it.
Yeah, it hide from what you was like. You thought you know you was always special and stuff. Man, you been spellbound.
Nah, I don't believe it. I think you can overcome anything with God and His Son Jesus Christ. I think you
Yeah.
can, man.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's. Trust me. We saying the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah,
We saying the same thing.
yeah.
But
That is-
I'm letting you know, like there's some people that's like, hey man, like dang, remember you used to have dreams about this and dreams about it. Like, eh,
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
have 'em. I don't have 'em no more.
yeah,
No,
yeah,
but
yeah. For
but
sure.
one thing about two things show, man. That hey, if if religion serves you, whatever, whatever makes you a better person in life, that's all that matters. Like
Yeah, one
that's
hundred
all
percent.
that matters. Like.
Yeah. That's what I like about the Bible. It's all free will, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's all free will. You don't have to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But just know,
No,
just know.
it's more to it.
And like I say,
Yeah.
I wasn't always saved. I'm just saying, I'm just telling you, I
Yeah.
wasn't always saved.
It's more
And I'm
to
telling
it.
you, it's just better on the other side of the fence than on
Yeah.
being in the woods, you know what I'm saying? It's better,
Yeah.
man. Because, boy, it's cutthroat. Ain't no rules, man. When you in the wilderness, ain't no rules. Everybody's trying to survive.
Same way.
Hmm?
Religion, the same way. Like if you don't
Man,
believe in
God has
Jesus,
commandments like love your
hey,
neighbor as yourself. If you do in the wilderness, it's not like that, man.
is
It's
it
everybody trying to get over on everybody. Everybody trying to get the advantage. You know what I'm saying? But
is it is
most
it
sensible
10?
people, most people that's sensible, that believe
Is,
in God, they won't do that to you though.
is it 10 or 100?
Ten what?
10 commandments or 100?
It was 10, and Jesus summed it up in that one sentence. He said, love thy neighbor as thyself."
Mm.
In the New Testament, when they asked him, they tried to trip him up. He said, I say it in one sentence for you. Love thy
Mm.
neighbor as thyself. That covers all the commandments right there. And love God with all thine heart.
Yeah.
Because if you love me, you'll keep my commandments.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, hey
Yeah.
man, what you trying to take away?
Cause we
Nah,
all ignorant. I
I'm
think
just messing with
I
you.
just
Like,
seen a
God,
reel on no, I just seen a reel on with Gino. He said yeah. He said Acts, I think it was Acts 17:30. He said we all was in ignorance and God winked at us. But then when you come out of ignorance and
mm-hmm.
now you know better, you do better. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's just how it works. We
Yeah.
always in ignorance. We trying to get you not to get in the because the risk you take by being in ignorance is if you don't want to put yourself in bad positions. We trying to tell you to put yourself in better positions. And the only way to get yourself in better positions is you have to enlighten yourself and get out of ignorance as quickly as you can. But some people use that as an excuse. They keep saying, I didn't know. But if you 50 years old and just saying, I didn't know, come on now.
Yeah.
50, man, you talking about I didn't know. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I didn't know. I didn't know.
I see where you're going with it.
Yeah. I didn't know.
No, but that's why I always ask a question: is Jesus the end all be all?
No, God is the end all be all. Jesus
Right.
is the
The
middleman.
message.
Like
Yeah.
you won't get to God without Jesus. You won't get to the Father without the
Dude,
Son.
that's the end all be all, right?
No, it's the
Right.
way in. He's the gate in to heaven.
Right.
God is the end all. The Father is the end all be all. The Son is the way to the Father, though.
So do you will agree that some people just born like that?
Born like what?
I don't know. Like
But okay, I'll say this. Even in the Bible, it says he asked him. Nicodemus asked Jesus, like, hey, you be born like that, but Jesus said you could be born again. You're supposed to be born again. Go down in the water in the
hmm
name of Jesus. Come back up. You're born again, and you can change. You can. So I'll leave it at that.
I'm just messing with you, Mike.
I know, I
Yeah.
know, I know, I know. And it's no problem. I really don't have no problem with it. I really don't.
No,
I really don't. Cause man, when I know how far I done came, man. I know how far I done came, man. I know how it
yeah,
was.
yeah,
When you that apex hunter, man, when you a hunter, man, you
yeah,
just don't care, man. You just like, man, I'm
yeah,
hunting to prey. If I
yeah,
catch you slipping, it's over. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? It's a
But
wrap. But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I don't do none of that. I'm just messing with you, man.
yeah. Cause man, I learned so much about myself, man, by being consistent, man. You know what I'm saying? Learning how to be consistent. Even when you don't feel like it, being consistent, man, is something different, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was able to go to school, man. If I wouldn't have been doing, the stuff I was doing at the church to be that ultra consistent. And then you start seeing how tough it is.
That's
It's
right.
like, am I bugging people, man?
That's right.
Because you
That's
just
right.
realize like how hard it is to be consistent. Some people just it's hard for them to really make that kind of adjustment. It's a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to give up something to be consistent. You're gonna give up something somewhere else, you know what I'm saying? So,
You got hey.
hmm?
No, that's what I love about it, cause
Yeah,
shout out to CTM
yeah, man.
TV.
That's what it was created from. Yeah.
Yeah, cause
But like I say,
y'all
learn
y'all
about
about
tech.
y'all. Hey, they probably think we arguing, but no,
No,
we.
we not. Yeah, I always tell me
Yeah,
all the time.
you
Yeah,
know we're not
two different perspectives. We just bringing them together, man. It's all good. Yeah. So we've been knowing each other since high school, man. There's no way we can argue with each other. We've been knowing each other since high school. Oh yeah, but since we talking about that too, um, what would you tell a young kid like when they're even talking to your son about when they get older? Like you
yeah.
have to be yourself at all times, but understand that being yourself, you still gonna have a set of people that's not gonna like you, even though you being yourself and you being authentic to who you are. You still gonna have people that's not gonna like you or certain things about you. I think young kids need to understand that part. You'll never get 100% buy-in ever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with your family. Sometimes I don't know if it's just a human
Man.
thing. You would
Yeah,
never get 100% buy-in ever, ever,
it
ever.
is.
I don't think I've ever seen somebody like everybody likes this person. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Have you ever seen it?
Uh,
I don't think
yes, yes,
huh?
I have seen it, and then you have somebody be like, "Why y'all like this person so much?"
But
No,
it's not
but
100% buy-in. That's like a
yeah,
99%. But is that 1% that
but
ain't bought in?
some people, because they dealing with their own demons too. But
Yeah, for sure, 100%. That's why you got to explain it to these young bulls. Like, look,
I was like,
people are not gonna like it. And it's probably because of their own insecurities that they don't like
mm,
you. But you can't let that stop you from doing your positive things because you be doing something positive and somebody will hate on that. This is the weirdest thing, but it's just how the game goes. You know what I'm saying?
um,
Um, but yeah,
best way to put it, best way to put it, like I tell my kids just as well as I tell anybody else kids. All right, now look where you started. Look where you started. You either want to go down this path or you want to go down that path. And
yeah.
I know it's let me see. As a person that went down the paths that no man should ever cross. You know what I'm
You and me
saying?
both. Yeah, for sure.
Like that shit ain't. You probably have to bleep this stuff out, Mike. But this shit ain't been pretty. But it is what it is. I didn't like when my grandpa was talking to me about this. I didn't like when my grandma was talking to me about that. I ain't like when my mama was talking to me about this, and my dad was saying it.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I still had to make my own choice. And
Right.
the choice that I made, it is what it is, and I live with it, and I'm still gonna have to live with it.
100%. I'm with you.
And it wasn't the best choice, but I will say it was the best choice for me, cause I wouldn't change nothing.
Right. I wouldn't change nothing either.
I wouldn't change nothing about it,
Right.
cause this like the I've come accustomed to, baby. I spent $1,900 on a set of ties that I needed, not because I wanted it. It's what I needed. That's the part of life that they don't talk about. Like, hey, you got kids now that's older, baby, they gonna need. Hey, daddy, can you take me to work, or dad,
Mm-hmm.
can you give me a car?
Right.
Yeah, I ain't had to. I ain't got a chance to experience that when I was young, cause I had to feed from. I had to get it myself.
Yeah, for real. For real
And
talk.
you have to get that shit for yourself. Like, yeah, I could have asked. I could have asked.
Phil, turn it down. We're gonna get the money.
Oh, my bad, man.
Oh, you good, you good.
Yeah, I could have asked, but I grew up in that era. It's like, man, you don't ask for nothing unless you really want it. Unless that's something not really want. That's something that you really need. We didn't ask for nothing.
Yeah, I,
I,
I, I grew up in that too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Mike, you understand that shit?
Yeah. What I'm saying this, and this is what I'm for like what you said. I'm gonna say the same thing, right?
Mhm.
When I went down many roads that I would tell you not to go down because the dead end that I got to at
Yeah,
the end. And that's
yeah.
why I tell you don't go down that road because it's not worth it. When you get to a dead end, it's nothing worse than making a decision and going down the road and it's a dead end. You got to
Ah,
turn back around and
ah.
go back to the starting point again. It's nothing worse than that.
Yeah,
Nothing.
yeah.
And then I made a video. I was at work today.
Hmm.
Nothing worse. We already got hurdles coming from the inner city. You already
Yeah.
got hurdles that's already in front of you. Nothing
This,
worse than you putting 5 or 10 more hurdles now in front of you
woo.
now.
See?
Plus the ones that was already there. You know what I'm saying? Nothing
Yeah.
worse than that.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Bingo. Mike, that was it.
Yeah. So,
Why
you know.
why do I do a full lap with 15, 20 hurdles, and then then guess what? You about to do a full 2 laps with the same hurdles.
Exactly.
Why?
But
Why?
what I've noticed though, even I seen growing up though, a lot of kids in the inner city wanted to go down the positive path, but they let the perception and the side talk deter them from going down the side path because they wanted the, I guess, validation. You know, they wanted that, you know what I'm saying, the homie, loves from the homies and stuff like that. So it kind of deterred their journey. And I'm telling kids, if you get on a positive journey, it's going to increase your value. Stay on that journey no matter what nobody say. You're not going to get 100% buy-in. It's just not going to happen all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, everybody got a reason why you shouldn't, but you got to know the reason why you should. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Because
for
people will
real.
tell you, oh, you don't got to do that, man. Life happened, man. You know, all that stuff. Listen, man, that stuff, man, get old, man. People still be 50 years old saying that, man. I ain't did nothing, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Oh.
Somebody say, well, you know, I didn't. They're a security guard at a school. I didn't wake up. I didn't wake up one day saying I'm gonna be a security guard. Well, you actually did because your actions and choices say that you did
Mm-hmm.
without saying it. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't take care of business. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
Yeah.
don't be like, hey, don't be like me. Be better than me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Be better
That's
than me. And that's what we trying to do. Give you the information so you can be better. Be better than them.
put some fat on your brain. Like the old school
Man,
players used to say, man, put some fat on your brain. Cause hey man, it's too much knowledge.
He just, boy, they pop a roof.
Yeah,
Oh boy,
yeah,
I used to bump that song too. I think that's what I had the Monte
yeah.
Carlo D.
Hey man, I'm
I
trying
gotta
my
I gotta get
best.
that Playboy Shane. I'm about to go get that Playboy Shane now. That's
Yeah.
what I used to bump on that Playboy Shane, man. I need to go get that, man. I think it's on YouTube. I think they got it on YouTube.
Hey man,
I
you
go
know I
find it.
still got CD players.
Did y'all bump Playboy Shane or would y'all bump more Major League on the South Side? What was y'all bumping
Nah, we
more?
bumped everything. You know what I'm
Y'all bumped
saying? It
everything.
wasn't. It wasn't no. It wasn't no. It wasn't no shade around our neck of the woods.
Shout out to my boy DC, man.
Mm,
Man, he been rapping for a long time. D Ryder, he
mm,
been rapping for a long time, man.
uh.
Man, shout out to DC,
Hey,
man.
shout out to Hog. Shout out to my boy Hog, man.
Yeah, I think that's who he
CB.
made, who he rap with. Oh,
Wow,
yeah.
man.
Shout out to
Hog,
him, man. He been rapping for
Hog.
a minute. I mean, he was rapping. We was in high school. He was rapping,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, that's gonna be
DC.
one.
Hmm?
My boy Hog, I'm gonna get him on there. I'm gonna get him on there. Cause they don't do interviews like that. They don't
Oh,
do
you don't?
interviews like nah, nah. I'm gonna get my
Yeah,
boy Hog on there.
yeah.
Nah.
Shout out to them, man. You come down there and holler at VT, man. Little DC. Little DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
yeah, guys, just come in, man. Hope y'all have a good say. We gotta talk about this stuff, man. We trying to talk about these things and get these kids to understand, man, listen, y'all in a way better position in this day and time.
Man.
You can reach informations and more available. Things are, more tools out there. You gotta think,
Mm,
10
mm.
years ago, mental health wasn't even talked about. Mental health wasn't even a
Man.
thing, you know what I'm saying?
The past 20, 30 years it wasn't talked
Wish I
about.
would tell my grandma I got mental health issues,
Yeah,
man.
boy.
Boy, you better go outside and play somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Better go outside and play somewhere, man. Sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
On the cool. On the cool.
Everybody talking about you judging me. You judging
Get
me,
to me, hey, what you on say?
man.
Say, Jack.
I'm trying to tell you, man. Stay away from them dead ends, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Cause it's real.
yeah.
It's real. And I want a lot of young boys to understand, like, boy, the future's in y'all hands. And y'all gotta you really gotta pay attention. Man.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention, man. Sometimes
Yeah.
opportunity right there. Nothing worse than getting to an opportunity and realizing you don't got the key to open that door.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Nothing worse.
oh my gosh. Oh.
Boy, it make your stomach hurt, boy. Woo!
Mm-hmm.
Need some Tums. Like, man, I was so close.
Yeah.
Woo! You know how many jobs I had to they got that email, man, you do not meet the educational
Yeah.
requirements. Boy, them days almost over.
Yeah,
Well, almost over. About a couple more weeks.
yeah, and
And I'll
put
get that book, that paper. I don't want to hear nothing else about it.
yeah, in the ratchet terms, this is what this means. What he said in the ratchet terms, it means when you get that letter from the food stamp officer, you don't qualify for
Oh
food
my God.
stamp.
That's
That's
another thing about food stamps too, man, right? If you make
mm,
more than the threshold, which is crazy because sometimes when you in that middle space, that's when you really need the most help to kind of go and get up out of there. But when you in the middle space where you just like, hold on, let me pull it up real quick. I can talk about it real fast.
yeah,
It
no,
it'll make so much sense. Let me see where is it at?
yeah,
When you in that poor and all right when you go to all right, that's when you really need help to get to this in the middle area right before you get to rich. But when you get to all right, oh, you make too much now. Man, I just making enough to pay my bills. If I could get this extra to get some food, I'll be straight. Nah, you all right. They would say,
that's
you all right. You don't need
that's
the food stamps, man. That suck, man. But yeah, that's how the
that's
game's why
what
we trying to tell y'all to go to school. Go ahead.
that's where people they become complacent. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
damn, I ain't gotta.
I might
I
well
ain't,
stay poor. Yeah, I might
shit,
well
I
stay
might well
poor.
stay. Oh, because they gonna give
I
me
ain't,
that money.
I can't live like that, man. Man, listen. I've been in that area. I ain't going, man. Forget that. I don't know if ego kicked in for me or just something God put in me, but it's like I can't. It got to be a better way. There's no way I can stay like that. Man, there's no way, man. It's crazy. Some people can. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying I'm talking to the person
Yeah.
that wants to know there is a better way because there is a better way. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man,
Yeah, we
man, I
know.
can't do it, man.
We know that it's just part of the game. It's just
Yeah, yeah.
we in that I think we in that that age now. It's like a more so that learning, we learning, and also trying to get a game at the same
Well,
time.
um, Farrakhan said it takes 70. The Honorable Elijah Hubbard told me it takes
Hey,
76 years just to learn how to live.
hey,
Oh man,
man, you
it makes so
see
much sense too, man. Cause you go
it?
through, you think 40, oh, you like man, 70. You say it takes 70 years, man, just to learn how to live. I'm like, man,
We knew we know it's BS. If they reinstate Trump, reinstate.
well, the thing I never really tripped about politics, where I really don't care about it, is a lot of those people you would never meet in real life.
Mm,
Um, like those people that Trump, even him, you would never see those people in Little Rock.
yeah,
Like a
until
Haley's Comet, like once in a lifetime. Man, I never see those people in Little Rock though. You know what I'm saying?
no, until you find like you know what, I'm gonna put myself in this position.
And that's when you worry about it. But if you're not in that
Yeah,
position, like for regular people, man, you
yeah.
will never see those people ever.
If you
And
think,
something you only can control what you can control,
yeah,
and only thing you can control is you and things that are attached to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I can't control the taxes. That was there before me. It's gonna be here after me. It's gonna
stop,
happen. You know what I'm saying?
stop thinking small.
What's that?
Stop thinking small.
And that's what I'm saying. When you think big, we can make our
Mm.
own politics. We don't need that politics.
Uh-huh.
The
But
Amish, the Amish
Mike,
don't
they
deal
don't.
with it.
Hey, Mike, we'll talk about this offline,
All right,
cause.
right, for sure. But I'm just making this point. The Amish people don't deal with it. You ever seen them? You ever seen them? The Amish people don't deal
Hey,
with it.
we'll talk about this offline
Yeah,
now.
they be in the woods somewhere, man, making their own stuff, building their own houses and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah,
but
get
yeah,
look.
guys, about to get out this thing, man.
Yeah,
Get up out this thing, man. We just want to come chop it up, man, on a Monday. We're gonna try to come together on Wednesday outside, maybe downtown, but a big Christmas tree on north side or something. We're gonna try to figure it out.
yeah.
Like we always do. We did it last year too, man. So but
Mm,
guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for
yeah.
tuning in. What you got to say, Pill, before we get up out this thing?
Hey man, you better make sure you have your hoodies on tomorrow because it's gonna be cold.
Yeah, it's definitely snuggle weather right now, right? All right, guys, we signing out this thing.